Hey guys, Kim here with Fairly Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on this carding video today. Please pardon all the noise. It is pouring, cats and dogs, thundering, all that. So, but I want to have the windows open so you guys get to hear the storm too. Today I am carding gradient Jacob bats. So I have pre-carded 4 different colors, and this is all 100% natural. The only one that is not natural fleece color is the light gray. I did have to combine the dark gray and the white together to create the light gray. So what I'm doing here is I've pre-carded all the fleece that I scoured and picked. I carded each color 3 times, and then I've divided them out, each of them out into sections so that I can card a gradient bat. And the way I'm doing this is pre-drafting the strips and feeding them through the liquor in. So I'm going to draft a bunch and then we'll be back to show you the carding. Alright, so it's really important when you're carding a gradient or a self-striping or anything like that, that you overlap the fibers, the colors a little bit, otherwise you'll end up pulling off separate bats instead of one whole bat. So, and on my tray, my feeding tray, I have put some tape down as guides to help me know where to put the different colors. And I'm just going to do small sections at a time and not worry about the blending of stripes at the moment. I will go back and fill that in. And be careful not to catch the fibers that are sitting in other places that are different colors than what you want. Now this is not going to make a super smooth bat because it's a blend of 2 different fleeces. One fleece had very short, fine, crimpy fibers, and the other long, coarser, pretty nice fiber. But the shorter fibers just wanted to clump. They didn't actually want to card. So there's going to be clumps and bits and bobs in here. Now, I have a pretty good meet right here. There's a gap and a gap. So what I need to do now is kind of combine white and the light gray and the light gray and the dark gray together to fill in those gaps. So I will start with the dark gray. I'm actually going to draft this out thinner. So I can kind of control where it goes a little bit better. I'm going to put it right on top of my tape here. And all I'm doing is guiding it. I'm not actually holding the fiber back. And I'm just going to go kind of back and forth a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the dark gray, just to kind of fill in the low spot a little. And I'll come back with a little bit of black on top of that on the next round of colors. You don't have to do things this way, it's just my way. And a lot of it's experimentation. So experiment and find what works for you. There's no right or wrong method, as long as you're either going to get a fiber you like or you're not. And it really just takes experimenting and discovery. I'm going to put a tiny bit of the light gray right where I was putting the dark gray. And then I'm going to put some in between light gray and white. I'm going to need a bit more. little bit of white. Doesn't need a lot. Technically, I could have just overlapped the next layer of white, but alright, so that's a lot better, but I still have a thin spot in the black, so I'll go back and fill that in next. Alright, now when I'm feeding in, I'm kind of moving the fiber back and forth to overlap and fill the entire space. Now that I have a foundation already here on the drum, and then do not poke yourself on the drum carder, you will draw blood. I don't think that's bleeding bad enough to get in the fiber. So, I'm just going to keep feeding back and forth, overlapping each of the color transitions so that I don't have low spots. The very first level I wanted to be fairly even across the board, so I was a little more ticky about that one. So this side was against the carder, and this side is the outside of the bat. So let's fold this little darling up. I want the pretty prettiest side out. So the side that was against the teeth, in the teeth of the drum carder, I want to have that inside. I'm folding the two loose ends to the inside and then folding in half. This is just one of many ways to fold a bat. And there's so much fiber and it's so fluffy it doesn't want to cooperate. And then roll it up. That one end looks like this and the other end looks like this. And now, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to stick my try to hold it together. $63 grams. See? Yep. Porcupine quill doesn't weigh a thing. 63 grams is what this lovely bat weighs. And that's pretty decent. Join me next time for spinning this. 3 different ways to spin a gradient bat.